What's up, YouTube? Back at you again with another video. Sitting with Smith. I ain't got much to say. You already see, we just relaxing. So, we just gonna get straight into the meat and potatoes of the video. How was my experience getting hired at Knott? And honestly, I'm not trying to sugarcoat the whole ideology. It's just another job process per se. Nothing special about it. But I do want to say it is a process. You know, some jobs you typically apply, you go in for your interview. After that interview, they're kind of just like literally sniffing you out, seeing if they like you or not. And then from there, you're hired or you're not hired. It's kind of simple. With Knott, on the other hand, it was a little bit different. I had applied for about 10 positions beforehand. Anywhere from dishwasher to merch to, sales associate to gate attendant. Shit, I even applied for just like security. I don't got a security guard, anything, but I was just like, fuck it, I'll just throw that out there, you feel me? So when you go in, they have like a whole little like employment office. And from that employment office, you would kind of like go into your interview from there. I did something different. I had to go to a job interview, or not a job interview, but a job fair mass interview. So let me tell you, when you walk into this job fair, it's about roughly 50 other people all just waiting in the area for their names to get called so that they can have an interview and go on to the next stage from there. So you would start by walking in, you go and you sign your name, let the guy who's inside of the employment center know that you're actually there, and acknowledge like, hey, I'm here for an interview. And he was like, oh, did you apply to any of the online positions beforehand? You would confirm, yes, these are these specific positions. And then when you get the clipboard, you just kind of put your name down and go on from there. This is, again, just for the job fair. I'm not speaking for a general interview, but for the job fair, you go back outside with all these other people, everyone's from sharply dressed men to, some people actually came in like, I bullshit you not, sweatpants. And I'm like, are you here supporting someone else getting the job, or do you actually think it's okay to come to a job interview in sweatpants? But to each their own, maybe you got a job in sweatpants before. Leave it in the comments if you did. I'd be fucking surprised. But after, you go and sign in your name, you go back outside, you're waiting, and there's just literally like being on a train. There's somebody's gonna pop out every like 5 minutes and be like, oh, we need Bianca Jackson. Come out, oh, we need Deron Howard. Come out, oh, we need Kimberly West. And it's like, okay, you're intimidated off tops just from all these people. And then on top of that, you don't want to really leave this area, because if you leave, your name could easily be like messed up. Like, I don't know, I'm like, shit, they might just get me just off GP. Like, so I'm just, fuck it. I just lingered around, got on my phone, chilling. And then over time, they actually call my name, and I'm like, oh shit, cool. So when I go in, this is like a person-to-person interview. You get a peer-peer, somebody who's maybe around your age, maybe someone who's a little bit older. It looked like it was about 8 different people all getting interviewed at one time. And then I got a lady at the time. She just sat me down, confirmed what positions I applied for, helped me fill out my application, and literally we just talked. Like, even though we did have like, do you have any questions about, what's going on here? What do we do at Knott? What's going on? Like, what's this? Like, I know it's just another job, I don't really, the job descriptions on the websites are pretty, straightforward. So what questions do you want me to ask? Shit, I want to ask how much money I'm going to make, but that's kind of rude. But literally, we just got to know each other. We're just talking about different piercings, tattoos, things that you can do, things that you cannot do. Like, she was really chill about the whole situation. Turns out, what did we both like? I think we had both liked a certain kind of like food or something. And we just literally ended up talking about like different Mexican spots to go to in like Orange County. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was just literally like she just wanted to catch my vibe. And that was actually pretty cool, because she gave me a really positive energy where she's like, you're gonna get it. And I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like, trust me, like, go to the second interview. Things are going to be okay. You filled out everything with flying colors. You've done really well on this interview. And they send me back outside. So I'm like, damn, like, I'm already waited. Like, it's been like an hour and a half just between, going to sign the first thing, waiting outside. Now y'all sending me back outside again. She'd explain, it might be a second interview. So I'm sitting, and eventually my name gets called a second time with a group of about 15 people. Out of that 15 people, I got called last, so I wasn't even really paying attention, but I guess it was supposed to be like a part of a group interview. And part of that group interview, they literally, from there, they gather your 15 and they take us on to like a bungalow and they sit us all down. And we're all just kind of like talking, and they just want us to kind of get to know each other / introduce ourselves. After they introduce themselves, they're like, hey, we're all a part of hiring and staff. We're just kind of here to get a general feel for you guys. We're just going to take notes on how you do in a group setting and go from there. So to cap off on that, they gave us like a test. The test was, it was 2 groups of like 7 at one and 8 at the other. And the first test was to choose a stuffed animal and why, and introduce your name, the position you applied for, and why you chose that stuffed animal. And after everybody chooses, I pick a really big monkey, and after everyone goes like, oh, like first lady, she's like, oh, I picked the guy. It was a lioness with a little lioness blanket. She's like, oh, I picked him because I thought he was cute. And I'm like, you don't even know what the character's name is. Like, come on, this is a Peanuts character. You don't even know what the character's name is. And, a person like picked a little unicorn. She's like, oh, I like unicorns. They're really cute, yada, yada, yada. Another guy like, oh, I picked a turtle because they get to live long. They're like, really, environmentally friendly. It's so sad that they're going extinct. And, when it got to me, they're like, oh, why did you pick the monkey? And I'm like, hey, my name's Devontae. I'm trying to apply for, either merch or sales or like a gate attendant. And the reason I picked the monkey, and I think this was probably the coldest answer they ever heard. I picked the monkey because I have a lot of siblings, and I have a lot of siblings, so I usually like to go last. So I let everyone else choose what they wanted first, and then whatever was left, I was like, okay, what stuffed animal looks the loneliest here? And nobody picked the biggest stuffed animal that was on the table. So I'm like, here, give me the big monkey, because this guy looks like he probably needs a home and he looked a little lonely by himself, And if anything, I honestly think that answer is probably what got me hired. But that was the first part of the group interview. The second part was where they wanted us to be trapped on a desert island. And we had 30 seconds to come up with 3 things that we could take. It could be magical or normal, just like whatever you want to take to the island and survive with. We come up with, I think, a knife, like a fire starter, and I forget the last thing, like an infinite supply of like food or something. And after that, we had to present, the things that we chose. And it was kind of funny because the second group, they had also picked a knife. They had also picked some form of like, they had also picked a knife. They had picked a water purification system. And they had also picked like some form of like getting easy food. I think they picked like a couple of chickens to start with or something weird, but that was kind of cool. And then the final third part of the interview was kind of just for us to, what did they want us to do? I forgot what the last part of the group interview was, but after that, they just kind of threw all 15 of us back outside. After that, we're all kind of like talking, speculating, like, oh, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? Who did good? Do we think we did good? And out of that interview, it was funny because there was only 2 guys, and I was one of the 2 guys. It was me and this other Hispanic guy, and like literally 13 women. It's fucking just weird, but it's like, okay, screw it. We need money. But after like 10 minutes of us just sitting outside, everybody outside over analyzing what's going on, they called 10 of the 5 people in. And we're thinking like, whoa, that's a lot of people, majority of the group, you feel me? I thought, those are going to be the people that are going to get hired. We're feeling all negative outside. We're having pessimistic jokes and stuff like, oh, we're the lazy few. Like, we're the people that weren't good enough, but after about, another 10 minutes of having the people inside, all you see is all of them start leaving out. And instead of leaving with papers in their hand, a lot of people who are getting the jobs, you can kind of see they got like little job offers with a paper. None of them left the papers in their hand. They all left straight through the door that we had originally came in. And, you know, people were just saying like bye. And it was kind of sad because one of the people who was in the 5 was a girlfriend of another girl, and she was a part of the 10 that was getting escorted out. So after the 10 get escorted out, they come up to us and be like, can we talk to you 5? And then we call and we all go inside too. And like, damn, like, does that mean we're hired? And she's like, looks like you guys got through. We're going to offer you a contingent job offer as long as you get us XYZ and all your documents and your paperwork. And I bullshit you not when I say literally all 5 of us just kind of sat there like for a cool 3 seconds, like, you're not messing with us, right? And then they just start handing the papers like, here, sign here saying that you know, accept a contingent job offer, you know, after we do the background check. And we're just like, that was a lot. So yeah, that was kind of just the interview process. From there, you know, they took us all to another bungalow and collected our information and got pictures of our IDs and shit. But I'll tell you now, from start to finish, all of that took like 3 hours. And would I say those 3 hours are worth it? Hell fucking yes. But do you know how painful it is to essentially go through like 3 fucking interviews, and then like how intimidating it is to be in a group of 50 people, and how even more intimidating it is to be in a group of 15 and then like still get the job? Like, at some point, we either just blessed or we cursed, but I don't know what's going on. I think we doing something right. But that was my experience at getting, I guess, hired at Knott. So fingers crossed, we gonna see what else we could do from there. But I surprised myself. Let's just put it like that. And keeping it 100, I don't think 3, 4, 5 years ago this would have even been a thing. But we in this bitch, you feel me? Like, we are in this bitch. So this is already getting to be a long video, so we just gonna cap it off on there. We blessed to be the best. If anybody's trying to go and do an interview at Knott's, all I gotta say is just be on your P's and Q's and have a reason for why you're doing everything outside of just dumb shit like, oh, it's cute, or oh, we just picked this because this is just general shit. Like, nah, man, like, I cannot stress how much, like, you need to have some form of a personality. I'm not saying go in there and just throw all of your personality out on the fucking table, but let that shit ooze in your swag fucking goo. And I'm the nerdiest motherfucker out there, don't get me wrong, but I will tell you now, I know how to talk to people, and I know how to make people feel the energy that I want to feel from them. And if you can do that, the world is your fucking oyster, man. So again, it's been Sitting with Smith. I'm sending out my peace, love, and prosperity and positive energy your way. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked what we talked about today, I know this is probably boring as shit, but if you liked today, hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, dislike the video, put in your favorite box, tell your grandma about me, tell your dog about me, go home, tell your principal about me, because home is now your school, because you should get a good education, you fuck boy, because I fucking love you. Yes, do you, baby, do you.